Hello and welcome to the B60 Top 4 show. Today we've got myself, Nick, and Mike joining the show. Um, Nick, thought I'd start with you. Obviously, game midweek and then FA Cup game on the weekend.
We didn't have no FA Cup game on the weekend.
Oh, FA Cup game.
Get
Oh,
out of that, bro.
United and I. Yo, my bad. I just assumed you'd
Hey,
still
bro,
be in
that
it
it's
this
a good
early,
week, though.
bro.
It's a good weekend for me, bro. No Spurs to watch. NFL finally over. I can finally talk to the fam, like actually spend time with my loved ones. You get me? So yeah, like all good vibes, man. I'm glad there was no games. I forget them guys, man. But I mean, what's the midweek game? What's the midweek game? We therefore lost because that's when Frank got sacked. I can't remember. I can't remember what it was. It was like a minute ago. But we did have a midweek game. Um, one sec. This is not good padding, but let me check. I definitely watched it as well.
Yeah, who did we play?
Can't remember. Oh, Newcastle at home. Newcastle at home. Yeah, Newcastle at home lost
Oh yeah,
3-1. Yeah. This is Tuesday and it's just like almost a week ago, bro. But yeah, that game I watched it still. But same old, same old. Thomas Frank, Mr. Pragmatic himself. He somehow gets like a jammy goal. Well, we somehow get like a jammy goal from corner. I didn't give him that, so now he's gone. But I give him a. He was scoring off set pieces over the last few years. We were poor at that, but he was. Well, that was the only thing you could actually get the guys right in it. So, but yeah, it was another loss at home. At one point, yeah, when United were losing to West Ham, we were 3 points off the drop, bro. It was looking dark. Like it was looking like we might actually go down. So luckily, Sesko ended up scoring. Got now with 5 points clear, and it's mad because this is the reality, bro. It's relegation season, bro. It's the reality, bro. You can't joke about it anymore. You can't. That's where you got sacked, and we got this new manager in. I don't know if I want to talk about him now or later, but in terms of just the game in itself, it was more the same old. But yeah, finally yeah, the wheels fell off, and then it was time for him to go. So I'm happy with that.
Yeah, I think it was a long time coming, I think, for Frank. I think that City game bought him a little bit of time, a little draw, but obviously results
Yeah.
didn't improve, did they? So
Starting the Champions League wasn't too much time, but it's just dark, bro. Because now we're gonna go to the Champions League. God knows who we're gonna play, but likely the whoever we're gonna do is gonna move to us, bro. We just get knocked out, and yeah, and then it's over. Isn't it? Season's not over before March, bro. Unless we get relegated, like the relegation battle. But I feel like we get the new manager bounce. Maybe not against Arsenal, but upcoming games should get at least hit 40 points, and then yeah, and the season will be around March, April. I expect us to get a few wins before then, but around March, April, seasons will be curtains, bro. It'll be about 12th, 13th. So
yeah,
everything to. But it
yeah,
looks like Pochettino probably coming back, so that's something to look forward to.
hot to back.
yeah. I thought we'd talk about Igor Tudor's like appointment as like caretaker manager in the latter half of the show.
Facts.
Mike, um, obviously 1-1 draw with West Ham, late equaliser Sesko. What do you think of the game?
Um, yeah, I think obviously it would have been nice to get that five in a row. So my man could have got his haircut, could have shut up about him. My man's not had a haircut for fucking 2 years. I don't know how long it's been. It's been that long.
Bro, that's
But
so
Did you
grimy,
see the
bro. I
watch
don't
along
get
you
too
did?
bad off it though, but like you can't wake up in the morning and just be like, yo, you get me? Like, when you're getting ready and like, you got no trim. But then again, it's probably getting red. I know it's probably getting serious.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. He's getting exposure in it. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
Yeah,
true.
bro,
Like,
he's
fair
got
enough,
over
like,
a,
he's got to keep going. Like,
he's got over a
but
million
like, yeah,
followers on TikTok now on
might
Instagram,
might
money.
as well just braid it or
He's
something
got
because
what?
Over a
I know
million
you.
followers on
At
Instagram
least do a
now.
team if you get me. That you're right,
Bro,
Mike.
he's
Like, just
made a
rate
career
it.
out of it, bro. Like,
he wanted us to lose, bro. He didn't want us to win.
yeah, I thought that. To be fair, did you see his watch long? Like when they scored and he was disappointed. And bro, my man wouldn't even show his face. He just put his head down. He's probably laughing.
Yeah, exactly. But I mean 13 points out of 15. Who did he play before that now? It was City, Arsenal, Fulham. Oh yeah, Spurs. Oh yeah, I forgot we played Spurs. Not gonna talk about that, Nick.
Bro,
That
that was
2-0.
time ago.
Yeah,
Bro, he missed the
that
episode,
2-0
bro.
win.
This is on you, bro. You had your chance, you blew it, bro.
Yeah, obviously that's just not when it beats Spurs.
To be
Obviously
fair, that was your
with the
first
goal.
win against us, yeah. That was your
Yeah,
first
to be
World
fair,
Cup
yeah,
in what,
it's
4
been a
years,
minute.
3 or 4 years.
Yeah,
We've been
well,
slapping
been like
both of the
42
Manchester
weeks.
teams for a minute.
At
We
least,
have
at least
been.
we won.
But yeah.
But obviously West Ham, on paper should be winning them type of games, but West Ham in good form as well. I think they had won, like, obviously the 2-0 against Chelsea. Chelsea had to come back. They won last 3-4 games as well. So, like,
They beat us recently.
exactly.
Yeah, I know it's minor, but
So
still, yeah.
not hard, but what I'm trying to get. Like, obviously on paper, team to team maybe should have beaten, but on form it's quite equal. So obviously to get a last minute goal to equalise was good. We could have won the game, to be fair. I think that offside was a bit harsh in my opinion. And there was chances we could have had at the end. I don't think we played bad. I think that a draw was a fair result. You got to credit West Ham as well. They were fighting for their lives. Like, the way they were running about, like fair play to a minute. Obviously they're trying to stay up. So obviously it would have been nice to win. Get the win. I feel like in a few years' time when we go for the title, whatever, they're the type of games we do need to win. But for top four, obviously people are dropping points, Chelsea, Liverpool, so we can afford to get that draw. And there, really good finish by Sesko though. I feel like, yeah, solid finish. I don't even know how he did that. I feel like he needs to start playing from the get go. Obviously, just in Bermo, Cunha out front. Obviously, it's worked. I get it. If your team are winning, why are you going to change it? So I do get it. But now, obviously, Drew. Now Sesko's got 2 goals in the last 2 games, or 2 goals last 3, whatever. I think he needs to start. So yeah, I mean, Carrick at the wheel, can't complain. I feel like obviously depends on our next game. I think we need to win our next game. I think we've got Everton away. So if we can get a win out of that again, we'll keep the momentum going. Obviously, if we get another draw, we get an L, then the cracks are going to start showing. We might drop out of top 4, top 5, whatever. So we just need to keep that momentum going.
Yeah. If Carrick gets you, say you stay fourth, finish fourth this season, would you keep him on? Or are you getting a more established name?
He's got to be up for consideration. Do you know what I mean? I feel like we can't just be like, oh, he's got top 4, let's give him a job. Like, there's too many good managers, especially after the World Cup. There's going to be a lot of managers available. I say that, but Tuchel and Ancelotti have signed contracts. But obviously, you got Poch. He might want to go to Tottenham instead of United, but losing VK, obviously don't know what's going on with him. Is he want to go come for challenge at United? Who knows what's going to happen to Pep if Pep leaves. Like, let's be honest, managers are going to want to go City over United at the minute. Obviously, you got Nagelsmann, German manager, but it's risky because you don't really know what these managers are going to do.
If you get top 4 though, yeah, they got motion, so that's one thing I will give you, like, historically. So like,
yeah,
and I can see, like, if you get Champions League, you could get someone like Enrique. I swear down. I think he's done it
why
all.
only PSG though? I don't know. Maybe wants another challenge.
Yeah, he's done it all, hasn't at PSG. You never know, but
yeah. But if we can get losing, obviously, like I said, if losing week is available, Nagelsmann, I feel like they're at the top in my opinion. And then Carrick, yeah, it should be there, but obviously he needs to earn it. So yeah, you know what I mean. I don't get paid to make the big decisions. That's them, man. But if it was up to me, I'll be trying my ass off for losing weekend. That'd be my number one, and then obviously the rest will fall in play. What we can't do though, we can't go for what's that Palace manager Glasner or Marco Silva. These mid-table. Manager. We need a big name, like someone who's got authority, someone who's got potential. Someone who's done it before. That's the issue. Carrick, obviously, the reason why Carrick might work is because he's played for United. He understands United. He's still got respect for the United players because he's been there, done it. He's won Champions League, he's won Premier Leagues, so he can have that authority. So that's the reason why he may work out. But if you go from Marcus Silva, them man who's not played for United, they don't have any authority. You know what I mean? They've been at mid-table clubs. Like, who's to say they're going to succeed? It's too much of a risk. So for me, obviously, if you can't get in and up top, keep Carrick, give him the funds, and you never know, it might be our Arteta. You never know. So let's see how it works.
With these managers, yeah, but the UK managers, because it sounds like it sounds like Solskjaer, isn't it? Same thing happened with Solskjaer with you, and then you kept him. But in the long run, it's never going to work. I was trying to do this to one of my boys the other day on Saturday, and it's like these like British managers who are like embedded into the club, because Carrick's managed before. I think it was like at Middlesbrough or something, and it before like lower league. But compared to like the European managers, even like Arteta, for example, these man that they go away and to do their footballing that trade as well to get that their badges at a Bayern Munich. They'll go to Spain. Company done it where company will go to these different teams in France. Da, 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 da. They get like a wider knowledge of like the game. They're not just ingrained in English British football, especially when you're managing like the top clubs, bro. Like the game is so European, bro. Like I'm guessing you're the training ground. Barely any of the man like the players are not speaking English, you know. So like,
Yeah.
it's like the cultures, I don't know, like the different tactics and getting it from abroad. That's what I know. I was chatting to my boy about like why we don't think like there's not that many English managers at the top level because they just stayed in England. I mean, the players are starting to move out and about, like McTominay, who's Scottish but English, whatever. Bellingham, Sancho done it, where players are actually starting to branch out. But coaches need to do that as well, man, because these like passion, fight for the bag, that can only go so far, man.
Yeah,
People
only so
start
far.
tuning that out after a few months.
Yeah, I
I
think
hear it. I hear it.
yeah, like I was saying, you see like with like Will Still, he did a good job at Reims, and then obviously he came back to like English football and then still silenced and got sacked. But um,
Mm.
I
It's not
suppose yeah,
foolproof, but you need to be good though.
yeah, true, true, true. Yeah, I suppose he just got a French team playing well, but I get your point. Yeah, most like English managers they'll just get a start in like League One, the Championship, try and work their way up. But
I
yeah, I
mean,
think there's
you
no
know,
harm
fair
in that
play to
switch.
Oli though. Like obviously you mentioned Ollie, but he got us top four twice, and I'm pretty sure like one time he was top of the league for quite a bit. I think we finished second.
COVID season, you're not moving mad.
So like in terms of stability with Ollie, we was actually doing all right. Because when Ronaldo came, we're not blaming Ronaldo, but when as soon as Ronaldo came, that's when he went downhill with Ollie. We had that front three Greenwood. Can't say too much about my man, but we had Greenwood, Rashford, and Martial, or Sancho, or whatever. And they were doing bits. We had Fernandez number 10. Obviously, it's simple stuff. He's putting the players in the best positions, like Carrick's doing. Obviously, it's a risk because long term it may not work out. But at the same time, I feel like what else do we have to lose? We've basically tried everything. You know what I mean? So yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, no, I think to be fair, the United job, I think it's an attractive one, just because the fact that like it's still a massive club and it's just a challenge for a manager to like awake a sleeping giant. And I suppose like most managers look up to Fergie and probably try and create like their own kind of dynasty there. But I think Man United is a massive club, and like Nick said, if you've got Champions League, I still think it'll be a massive draw. Even Luis Enrique, I know most people probably say why would he leave PSG, but at the end of the day, I still think like people probably look at the Premier League and I suppose watch way more than probably the French league as well. So
He's been everywhere as well, Enrique. That's the thing. That's why I think he would actually leave. Because he's been in France, he's been in Italy. Um, I think it's only Germany. I don't think he's been in Germany. Germany and England are like the last two left outside the top five leagues. So he's somebody that's willing to travel. You get me? It's not like he's one of them man who's just going to stay in one country his whole career. So I can see him coming in the Prem in the future. Anyway.
yeah. To be fair, there's another manager I think has been bandied about as well. Roberto De Zerbi. I think he's mostly been linked with the Spurs job. I think him
Mm.
and Poch are getting linked there, but could be another option for United as well. But I think we'll get on to that later. Yeah, I'll get into the Brentford Arsenal game. To be fair, I've got to give credit to Brentford. I think they were brilliant. They're so organised without the ball. The press with like real intensity. They knew when to drop off, when to press. Um, to be honest, physically, I think they won most of the duels, and that's like one of the rare things I've seen this season. Like usually, I mean, Arsenal may drop points, but usually probably win most of our duels physically, quite imposing. But yeah, Brentford were great to be fair. Madueke got the goal in the second half. The first half again was quite quiet. It's been a bit of a trend of Arsenal. Starting the first half slow and then picking up in the second half. To be fair, Eze redeemed himself this weekend, but he got hooked off at half time and just yeah, I was a bit worried, a bit of a poor performance from him, to be honest. Erdegaard came on and we started playing a bit better. At least off the ball as well. I think Erdegaard, he just knows how to press and put himself in those positions. I think Keith Andrews, the Brentford manager, was speaking about it as well. But yeah, we got the goal through Madueke, and then it was just that long throw in that Coyote. put a great long throw in, and then I think Gabriel gets beaten to the first header. To be fair, I think Martin Keough is a bit of a stretch trying to say it might have been a foul. Just because the flick on, obviously the player had his hands on Gabriel's shoulders, but to be fair, he won the header, and then just flick on, and then
Arsenal, you man do that every game, bro. Now you want to say it's a foul.
In corners, when
no,
they've
no, I
got four
wasn't
man in
saying.
the goalkeeper at corners, bro.
No, I
And they
just said
all run to the
Gabriel's got to
front
do
post and
better.
flick it on. Wow.
No, I just said Gabriel's got to do better. And then Erdegaard as well, to be fair. He lost Keane Potter, who eventually headed it in. And to be fair to him, like he's not the best in physical duels, to be fair, but he I don't know why, for some reason he tried to clear it with like his foot, like a high foot, and like he ends up kicking like Keane Lewis Potter and he injured his knee. So like another thing as well. Like I don't know why he didn't go in and try and head it. But yeah, he lost his man. Yeah, I think it was two bits of like poor defending. To be fair, they look dangerous from set pieces anyway. We kind of got a bit of like a taste of our own medicine in a weird kind of way. But even after that, I think if a team was going to win it, it was going to be Brentford. I think Igor Thiago had a few chances, and like he probably should have scored a few of them. But yeah, I think other than the goal from Madueke, we didn't really create too much. There was a chance right at the end from Martinelli, where again probably should score. I think Keller did well to smother him, but like I said, I think on the balance of play, I don't think we really deserved to win. So it's probably just that Martinelli missed that chance at the end.
How many points now? How many points now is it to City?
It is 4 now. 4.
Eesh.
Yeah.
2 draws.
Oh, I feel like Arsenal could have ran away with just the amount of chances City have dropped
Yeah.
points and Arsenal dropped points.
Yeah.
It's like,
No, because I
every
think
man want to make it hard for yourself.
yeah, there was one point where we probably could have been like 11 points clear, really.
Yeah, literally.
We have made it difficult. I think, look, I think we've got 12 games left.
That's a lot, bro.
Yeah, I was looking. No, I was looking at the
That's so many
fixtures in
games.
terms of
Honestly,
like
that's almost half the season.
who we've got left. Still obviously got Spurs, still got Chelsea, and then obviously City away at the Etihad. Got to play Newcastle at home, but the rest of the games are all kind of London-based teams. And our record against them has been good, but I think the only other thing I'm thinking about as well that might catch us is the fact that we're still in all 4 competitions as well. So I think we've got the squad for it. I know we started to get a few injuries, but I still think the squad's there, so we probably can cope with it. But I think it's important. We've obviously got a game on Wednesday night against Wolves, so you expect us to win that. But obviously they're trying to fight. I doubt they're going to make it out of. I think they are pretty resigned to get relegated, but I'm sure it won't be as easy as it is on paper.
Where is it? Is it at Wolves or at home?
No, it's at Wolves. To be fair, they gave us a decent fight in when we played them at home.
Yeah, they did too.
Like they equalised in stoppage time, and then we managed to find a goal straight after.
It's some dodgy officiating in it. I remember that game still. There's some really dodgy calls. Yeah, the worst. I remember that Wolves got cheated. I think that game.
Yeah, I think. Yeah,
some dodgy.
What are you saying? Though Spurs to beat Arsenal in
I don't think we'll beat them. I think we'll get something because like what Ryan just said, about all 4 competitions, bro. Since we last, obviously, bear in mind, we're dead and it's our own fault. But since we last played a game, they've only played 3 games, bro. And it's like back to back to back to back. You get me? So that they've had 3. No, yeah, they would have had 3 games since we last played when we meet and next week. So I'm like, we've got that whole time just to prep for 1 game, and then the players are rested, but we're still gonna have bad injuries, but whatever. And then Arsenal have just been relentless, bro. Like just game after game after game. The bodies are going to be tired. Obviously, you can do bare rotations. Even the game planning, you're going to be able to just game plan for 1 team. Obviously, the quality might just turn up and show out on a day. But I can just imagine it, bro. Like Super Sunday, the crowd's like on it. Fucking, bro, new manager bounce.
Yeah.
Rested. We might win,
Yeah, to be fair, I think
points, bro.
Yeah,
I thought I was having to the win.
Thanks, guys.
Yeah, now I thought I was having to the win.
No, like I said, we still got to play on Wednesday now as well. So we still got another
Yeah,
game
that's what I
between
mean,
that.
bro. So we'd have 3 games since we last
Well,
we'd
fair, like, I
have played a
suppose
game.
this weekend you can kind of take with a pinch of salt just because he was able to rotate. I mean, pretty much changed like most of the 11. I know Madueke started again, and Saka had to come in because I think he wants to play Lewis Skelly in midfield, which I've been looking forward to see. But I think Calafiori pulled up in the warm up, so he started Saka in midfield.
Where was the game? What was the game? Was it in Wigan or was it at Emirates?
No, it's at the Emirates.
Okay, calm. At least you have to travel.
Yeah, to be fair, I think that game as well, we kind of had it wrapped up. I think we were 4-0 up after like 27 minutes.
Yeah.
Boasted the rest of the game anyway.
Yeah, I was watching that.
But
Like, yo,
yeah, I
But
think so.
Wolves is gonna be a dogfight, bro. Under the
Yeah, that's
lights.
exactly what I said. Yeah, they're fighting for their lives. It ain't gonna be easy. Yeah, so I reckon, yeah, it probably won't be able to rotate as much as well. So they'll probably most of our stars, I reckon, will probably play that game as well. So,
And
um,
then what? After that, it's Champions League, no? No, was it Carabao? What knows? You should probably got a next midweek game, so I don't even know, bro. But yeah, the game's between thick and fast,
our Champions League is playoff, isn't it?
Yeah, actually, yeah, you won't be
yeah,
doing that.
we're not in it. That's why we're playing on Wednesday because the playoffs are this week. So we've got a Prem game this week. So yeah, that Wolves game, I think, yeah, hopefully you can come through that. Hopefully no more injuries. But yeah, I think if you've got an opportunity, your new manager's got time on the training pitch to prep for us. So he's got
I've
an
been watching better
opportunity.
content on that. Actually, no, we'll talk. I say we'll talk about him, but yeah,
Yeah,
I'm optimistic still.
yeah, I think we can come on to Igor Tudor. One thing I kind of found surprising though is he's a manager that plays five at the back. Like, I think there's only been 4 league games where he hasn't done that, and there's like 121, I think, across Europeans, like top 5 leagues, across European leagues where he's played five at the back. So obviously, I know you did that previously, at the Emirates. Didn't quite work out for you, but
Yeah,
um,
because Frank's like tactics with that 5 at the back, they just weren't making sense, bro. Like it was 5 at the back, but you had like 3 DMs. What's the point, bro? Loki, I know you got like a stick for it, innit? But like I was just saying, I saw bare like content about the new manager and that what system he plays, how he plays it. Da, 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 da. He plays the same system as Amarin, which is quite mad. Amarin just cast it away recently, but I actually think we got the personnel for that system. You get me? So our defenders, yeah, Porro and Udogi, Udogi's gonna be injured for a bit actually, so it's probably a bad example. But we got that guy's name, the Silva or something, the Brazilian guy we just bought. They're both basically wing backs, the more attacking minded fullbacks. And you're seeing us defensively with this back four, it's been just terrible. And then also, as a left centre back in a back three, who's better in world football at playing that position, like stylistically, than Van der Ven? It's like he's built for that. You get me? So we've got him. Boza Romero's probably gone for a minute, but we've got Danso and Dragishin. We've got hella centre back low key. So that formation actually works. Even Archie Gray that can actually play that right centre. No, sorry, Paulinho. He can actually play like one of the wide centre back roles as well. So we've got the players to do that. And in midfield, Sarr and Gallagher, they're not the most technical players, but one thing that they can do, they've got engines in it. They can get about, bro. They can get up, down, everywhere. Like, so they're the right profiles to do that. They're not like a Kobe Mainoo who's a bit more technical, needs the ball. They're battlers, bro. They're transition merchants. Like, they'll get the ball and run with it from end to end. And then in the 10 spots, that's probably where it gets a bit techie low-key because you've only got, at the minute, you've only got Xavi Simons to play there. But once Madison comes back in a few weeks and Kulusevski, hopefully, if he comes back, them two, either of them two and Xavi Simons in one of those 10 positions behind the striker, behind Kulamawani or Solanke. I low-key like that on paper, bro. But obviously, it depends how he actually sets up properly. In terms of this weekend, I don't know. I'm not too sure. Again, it comes now. We've not got Adabert for the rest of the season. He's just done his ACL. Like our injuries this season have been so mad, bro. But so it's gonna be Xavi Simons and probably behind Kulamawani and Solanke. I'm guessing we'll see. But another thing as well, Colomwani, and the best form that he's had in his whole career was like Juventus
Yeah.
in 6 months. He was their manager. He was my man. So yeah, bro. Yeah. They've only
So
got
you win Champions League, yeah?
huh?
You win the Champions League and get relegated.
Yeah, I don't know about the Champions League. That Champions League's too much quality for that, man. But I feel we'll get a few good results. But there's a few, yeah, bro. There's a few good signs. Like, yeah, like I say, like Juve fans. There's this one, this guy from London. I forget his name. It's like JFTV fan or something. Called Luca. He's quite plugged into me. I was watching one video he was doing on my mum reviewing his time at Juve, and also a few Marseille fans as well. They were like, he's a good man manager. And, he knows what to say, what to do, which is the opposite of what Thomas Frank was. So, yeah, I feel at least positive in the short term. And then looking down the road, there's no option to extend him. Unless he does a mad thing and wins the Champions League, then you're going to have to say fairs and just like, yeah, give him the job. But he won't do that. So he just come and stabilise it. Like I say, finish 13th, 14th, 12th. Hopefully Champions League, get through the first round, probably get knocked out the quarters or the last 16, whatever it is. And then get Poch back. The fans will be back. Signings in the summer, 1 game a week, and then build from there. It's like the third rebuild in 3 years, which is a bit mad, but it is what it is, isn't it? But
Yeah, because I think in a weird kind of way, he's kind of got a free hit because he's not expected to win the game. If he loses, it's expected, and then if he wins, he can potentially like derail Arsenal season. This is a win-win situation for him, really.
Panic is one of them, man, as well. You can tell, bro, with a name like Igor Tudor. You know what I mean? Like, you know, he's been serious business, bro. Like, he's not there to play no games, bro. He just looks like a villain. So apparently, like in his old stops, he was he doesn't take shit, bro. Like if you're on some bullshit, like he just drop you or send you to the reserves. And that's the type of thing that they need, bro, because I feel like with Andrew just like he'll sweet talk you into doing like what he wants you to do. And then like Frank, he's just an any man, bro. Like I don't feel people respected him like that. So with this guy, he's a militant, he's a bit more like a soldier. He runs the camp like a military, you get me? So that's what they need, but they need a bit of this tough love. And then we'll see where it gets them.
Yeah, I think as well, like I suppose De Zerbi as well, he just left Marseille. He was like, I know he's someone you're potentially looking at in the summer. In a way, Kyle, could you have not maybe moved to him in this role?
Not right now, because he's walked out and he's walked out of Marseille. So you think that he's walked out for a reason, So he wants a bit of a break, X, Y, Z. But I don't. There's something about De Zerbi I just don't like, bro. Like,
yeah, it's too up and down, isn't it?
Yeah, he's too up and down, and he's got too much arrogance for what, like, he's achieved. You get me? Like Conte, when Conte goes in the mad room, fairs, Mourinho, fairs. Like you get me. You've got stripes in the game to be doing all of that. But the former Brighton manager and also Marseille, who's played good football and that. And I just don't like the way, like, I don't like his like look. You get me? Like, it sounds a bit weird, but like what he wears, like the gilet look and shit like that. I don't like that on the touchline. It just doesn't instill confidence. You get me? Like, it just.
You manage in suits.
No, bro. Either wear a full suit or wear a full tracksuit. Like, there's no in between, bro. Like, I don't understand. Or okay, but just one of these one who's like a young manager who can like got a bit of aura and like Alonso. You get me? Because Alonso, you remember him from his playing days, and this guy's serious. He's not any man. But like, I didn't know who De Zerbi was until he was at Brighton. So, but yeah, I don't like everything that comes with him. But I'll give him his flowers. Obviously at Brighton, he's done a sick job. They play really good football. I think they got Europe and stuff like that. So, but yeah, no, I like this route. I like this route because it's eyeing up for Pochettino coming back. Is after the United States finishes, this contract finishes after the World Cup in the United States. He's not in a mad pressure. Obviously, the Americans, they don't really care about football like that. So anything in the World Cup is probably going to be a good result. And they've got a pretty easy group, so it's probably going to have a nice chilled summer. And yeah, and then I think Pochettino is the only one that's going to unite all the fans back in it, like together straight away. If a few results start going bad, the fans are not going to look to Pochettino like they would if it was like a De Zerbi. So yeah, the fans just like bare love for him, innit? So we just have to wait and see.
Yeah, and yeah, talking of managers, I think obviously Ange came out on the overlap. There's some quite like scathing Tottenham and comments about Tottenham. Nick, did you catch that?
Yeah, so did you catch that? Yeah, bro. I saw that
Not a big
everywhere.
club.
Just
I know
checking,
these are
bro.
main to that call, man. You know what though? He didn't lie in it. He's always keeps it real from the moment that he got there. He never lies in it. So I hear it, but it's more like it's a professionalism thing. You get me? Obviously, he's feeling himself, especially when that interviews come on. They've sacked him. It's gone even worse. And then literally a few hours later after that, Nottingham Forest sacked their manager. So he's probably feeling like that guy, and it just feels good, validated. But it's just like I don't know. It's just unprofessional, and it's like if I was to leave my job or a job that I left recently, and then I went on Twitter or went on Instagram Live, and then bail my old co-workers and like in this IG, and I'm just going in on everyone saying X, Y, Z. I might be telling facts, but I just look salty and I look some type of way. So I lost a bit of respect for him, even though that he didn't really like lie or say anything. And then low key, he might have won in the short term by getting one over and everyone, like at Spurs and probably at Forest. But how do you reckon the rest of the owners, the rest of the chairmen across the Premier League are looking at him, bro? They're like, are we going to hire this guy? Because he's going to come through and, talk shit about us, or would we rather have something a bit more like, you get me, regiment, a bit more like easier to deal with? Because it's not like Andrew's in his late 30s, bro. Man's getting up there. He's had to work for time to get these Premier League roles. And then obviously Manu just effered everyone like that on his way out. I don't know about that choice, but and in terms of the actual interview, us Spurs fans, bro, he didn't say anything that us man didn't know already. Like the owners, they're not really about it. They'll talk a good game, but nah, they're not. When it comes down to it, they'll never actually open. As they didn't open a checkbook here for Pochettino, bro. Pochettino's coming second, third, fourth, Champions League finals. Like, yeah, he wasn't winning stuff like Andrew's, but all that Pochettino tenure, bro, way more successful than Andrew winning the Europa League. Because at the end of the day, yeah, he won a trophy, but he just got in the Champions League. Poch was getting the Champions League every season through good football, through league merit. You get me? Despite not getting backed. So, and then Pochettino would never talk about the club like that, even though he was going through things like that or even worse. So, but yeah, it is what it is. Give it a week. Nobody will be talking about that. But Andrew won't have a job in another week. So, in the long term, he's going to lose out, bro.
Yeah, I think you raise a good point about the ownership though, because I think whichever manager it is that takes you back to where you need to be, like if you're competing for Champions League or whatever, if you're ever going to be a club that like is winning like perennial titles like season after season, I think you kind of need that's where you need to back your manager in terms of like bringing in those quality players that can bridge a gap between a team that qualifies to the Champions League and winning the league. And I think the way you're run with like your wage structure, I think you're going to struggle to attract those players because
Bro,
like if you look at like Thomas Frank, he said about he was trying to bring in Semenyo, but at the end of the day, if you've got clubs like City coming
yeah.
after you with the money as well, you're going to struggle to bring those players in. Um,
But
I
bro,
suppose,
you got it's an like an economics thing, really. We just ain't got the bread. If you ain't got the bread, what bread are you gonna put into the team, bro? If the money ain't there, the money ain't there. Like the teams that we've always competed against, like the last 10 odd years. We've done it because we've exceeded. You get what I mean? We've overachieved what our wage structure's always been there, bro. Like this, like we've always paid players less um than United, than the other big six teams. But we've had good coaching in the past, again, like Poch or Conte, all of these, man. Or we've been able to identify talent from an early time, and then they've ended up having to overachieve. But bro, also a good comparison because we've both got like newish stadiums, and the Newman were like down bad for a bit. But when did it all change, bro? Newman got Stan Kroenke, and that whole family. And then in recent times, after they got the LA Rams and their other businesses in order and built all of their stadiums, they started investing into it. Bro, we're still owned by ENIC. The same people have owned us for like ever, since like '06. Like this whole Daniel Levy thing, the only thing that changed was the chairman of football operations. You want the actual ownership. The actual ownership is still the same, bro. Their main source of income, yeah, is Spurs. You get what I mean? So they haven't got like the bread to be injected into the stadium like a City. United are a bit of a odd case. Yeah, they got Jim Ratcliffe now, but they're such a big world entity that just the amount of fans that they've got, they'll get bread themselves regardless. So it's just an economical issue, bro. Like they need to sell like the naming rights. The stadium needs to be called like Etihad, whatever, Fly Emirates, Abu Dhabi, whatever. You get me? You need to sell your soul, get peas like that. I don't just few things like they need to do shit like that. So or just get hopefully with thank our lucky stars, just get a new owner and then just inject bare money into the team. So
The
well,
Saudi.
yeah, that's a Saudi takeover. Yeah, one of them ones. But at a minute, I hear it. I've gone over complaining the lack of investment X Y Z because low-key they do actually buy new players, but the recruitment is just bad. They just buy bad players, and so as in recently anyway. But to be able to do like what Arsenal not do, bro, like in recent years, where you man have just literally went, you got this back in, you're doing well, and then you're trying to build on that. We can't do that because our owners ain't got bread like that. And then they're never gonna sell Spurs for like any stupid like little fee because that's still for them and their families and their personal life. That's still making them big bank. So
Yeah.
yeah,
And with that, I'll end this week's show. Please like, subscribe, and comment. I'll catch you again next week.